Hi, welcome back to my channel, Mommy Trainee. Today I wanted to share a story or an experience that I've had with the Tranquil Roll-on with you. So the story took place at around 2 weeks ago, and I was at my in-laws' house and bathing my son after we went swimming. So what happened is when we were finishing up and I was trying to get my son out of the bathtub, when I was standing up, I didn't notice that the faucet that was sticking out, it was actually very close to me. So as I was standing up, I was actually, my hip hit the faucet really, really hard. So obviously it hurts. That's one. And or immediately I could actually see like it was being very, very red. Obviously, initially it's only red. I know that I've actually had this kind of injury before, and I know that what happened in the next few days or a week is going to be it's going to turn from really red, and then it's going to be like it's going to be really hard. That site is going to be really hard, and then it's going to bruised up, and it's going to be bruising up like probably at the palm of my palm. I've sustained this kind of injury before, so I kind of know that that's basically the course it's gonna take with that kind of bruise. So I don't really have anything with me to kind of make it better or stop the bruising or anything, because normally when you think about bruising, you would think about, oh yeah, something like a helichrysum would be able to, or maybe even like a juniper that kind of increase circulation so that it would not like it would circulate a little bit better, and hopefully it's not going to bruise as much and it's not going to swell up as much. I know that in the past when it swells up, the site where I actually hit something really hard, it's going to really be the size of like a golf ball. um, but obviously I don't have any of those things with me. So after I took care of my son, dry him, dress him up and stuff like that, and I take care of myself, dry myself up and get dressed, I was going through my bag of oils. I don't really have a lot that day, just basic stuff like peppermint and maybe some thieves, but then I realized that I have this little guy with me, which is the Tranquil Roll-on. And obviously, normally you would not think to, oh yeah, you bruised yourself. Let's just put some, Tranquil on. But then I was like, you know what? Let's just give it a try because it has lavender, it has cedarwood, Roman chamomile, which is all very, very calming. So, and it has carrier oil. Since it's a roll-on, it already has carrier oil, and it has coconut oil. Normally you would think that, oh yeah, you put this on so that you would feel a little bit more, mellow. You would be a little bit, not so stressful. But when I put this on, I kind of like, okay, just roll it on a little bit and then forgot about it. I completely forgotten about it. And then the next day, my husband was actually asking me, oh, so how's your hip? And I'm like, what happened? What about my hip? And like the initial reaction that I've had was, what about my hip? And then he was like, yeah, what about, how's your hip doing? Like, is it doing better? And then I realized, hey, it didn't really hurt that much that night. The night, at the time when it happened, it was like 8 or 9 even. So I just basically put it on and that's it for that night. So the next morning, I didn't even remember that I actually injured my hip a little bit. So when he was asking that, I'm like, oh, I think it's fine. It feels fine. Like when I was sleeping, rolling around, it didn't feel like it was hurting me. But then I was curious because I was like, oh, maybe it's not hurting yet. Maybe, something is still brewing. So I actually went to the mirror. I went in front of the mirror and take a look at the site where the faucet hit my hip. And I did not see anything. I don't know where it is. I just know that like it's in that general area, but then there is no bruising. There is no swelling. It's not even red. It like when you're actually touching it, it hurts a little bit, like just a tiny little bit, like not enough for me to like, oh yeah, it hurts. It's not like that. So it's just tiny little bit. You could still feel where I actually got hit, but then like it feels great. I mean, I don't even like I didn't even expect it to be like, that good. I was expecting, oh, okay, maybe it's not gonna, it's not gonna swell up that much, or maybe it's not gonna be so purple. Because I know that, the site, it's gonna be so purple, and then, all around it, it's also gonna be, really, really either red or purple. And again, it's gonna be purple to the size of my palm usually. So I was actually quite pleasantly surprised that even just with one application, and again, this is the three oils, that it's good for your skin. It's calming. And you would have think something like a roll-on, it's already diluted. It's probably gonna take at least a few application to have that kind of effect, like a very frequent reapplication to have that kind of effect. But lo and behold, I only apply it at like 8 or 9 at night. Next morning, it was almost all fine. I was really, really surprised. And normally I keep a bottle of this just to kind of like if I have some skin irritation, I would put it on. If I'm a little stressed, I would put it on. But I was not think that a little like injury like that, after applying it for one time, it would just almost completely vanish the whole injury the next morning. So I was really pleasantly surprised. So I hope you like my little story today. I'm trying to keep it short. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you like my material or my content, please subscribe to my channel, Mommy Trainee. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.